Taoiseach, I met with aid agencies recently who are warning that a devastating famine on a scale not seen since Somalia in 1992, when up to 300,000 people died, is now imminent in the Horn of Africa. Already hundreds of thousands of women and children have been forced from their homes and are gathering in large camps where supplies, including water, are expensive and increasingly scarce. These are climate refugee camps. The coming famine is almost entirely caused by climate change, with rains failing for the 5th season in a row and the 6th rainy season not looking much better. When is Ireland finally going to take meaningful action on climate action at home and push for other countries to do so abroad? Will the Irish Government push for a meaningful fund for finance for loss and damage for developing countries to be included in the final agreement at COP27? That will be 31 years after such a fund was first promised by rich countries during Paris negotiations. Will Ireland join Scotland, Denmark and Wallonia in beginning to pay for loss and damage? Research by Oxfam has shown that the profits of just 6 fossil fuel companies in the first 6 months of this year would more than cover the cost of major extreme weather and climate-related events in developing countries and still leave them with $70 billion in profits. Yet they're being asked to pay nothing for loss and damage they're causing to the 40% of humanity living in the global south.
But Deputy Murphy raised the issue of, in terms of financing on climate change, Ireland again has been to the fore in respect of the global financing of particularly countries that need supports. We've been very strong on small island states, for example, and their need for adaptation in respect of climate change and how immediately it's going to impact on them. And at COP26 we pushed very strongly for an agreement, and we upped our own contribution in relation to global financing in respect of climate change. And also, again, at the Security Council, in relation to famine, the work of our diplomats on the Security Council. We have a young team there, but I think they're an exceptional team of people representing our country. And they were instrumental in maintaining the humanitarian corridor to Syria, which we got passed at the Security Council, despite Russia's kind of reluctance. And that ensures food for millions of people in Syria. In Ethiopia, the Ethiopian government reduced the number of people, or of our diplomats at the embassy in Addis Ababa, because of our stance at the Security Council in respect of the war in Ethiopia. They didn't like Ireland standing out assertively saying what should happen. We called for a proper peace process, we called for engagement, and that was frowned upon, with the result that our embassy was reduced in numbers. So Ireland at the Security Council has been very effective, has taken strong stances from a humanitarian perspective. And in particular, during our term, we pushed the role of women in conflict in all of the areas from Afghanistan right across, taking people who have acted as significant women involved in reconciliation in Colombia and elsewhere to come before the Security Council and make presentations.